Who's going to destroy the Christians by name? The beast. Let us read. And another angel followed, verse 8, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of a fornication. The beast will destroy those Christians who are only by name, not by deed. Lip service Christians, not from the heart. The beast that came out of the sea in Revelation 13 will destroy those Christians by name. The church of the 21st century has become Christians by name. Unfortunately, and so sadly to the Lord, first and foremost, the church has walked away from the true Messiah. We've become Christians by name. They dressed up in a sheep clothing, but they are vicious wolves from within, infiltrated at the highest levels throughout Christendom. You can call yourself a Catholic, you can call yourself an Orthodox, you can call yourself whatever. The church has been infiltrated. They represent Christ on earth. Christ has chosen them to be our leaders.
This is the truth. Orthodox Church is not a true church of God. Any group which are outside the true existing church that has a leader chosen by God and or Jesus is to sit in is left, or as a vicar of Jesus is installed with St. Peter's, not God's. This man is reading a verses which he doesn't know the truth about it. As about this Revelation 14 verse 8 and Revelation 18 verse 2, these are neither about the Vatican nor the Pope, ever since no Pope that led himself to be worshipped, as was mentioned at the Babylon as her merchants, but never that the Vatican as merchants, for God ordered that priests will live through what were being given for God, and it is their inheritance. These peoples or sects who accuse the RCC as the said beast or the Babylon are fools, as was so clear that God is talking about the Babylon, as these peoples also referring this to the said great statue mentioned in the book of Daniel. The very fact that they couldn't understand this too, not realizing the said first to fourth kingdoms is of the same nation as it is the Babylon being ruled by 4 kings in 4 elements of time as the last is nearly in time of judgment day. This Orthodox man preachers accusing of opposite, who were indeed destroying the Christianity, as was already pointed out by Paul in the book of Acts, that it is the sects or those who were before inside the RCC and or the non-Catholic that were going to destroy the church or Christianity. I am not lying. They will kill the true servants of God and the true believers who were inside the RCC. Never that the RCC became Christians by name. Do not judge the church by its members, as the church is God's in Jesus. Even in time of Jesus, there are numerous who were wicked. He was even dishonored in his own town, in his own church, but never that Jesus rejected the Judaism as you stupid peoples did so. But being a forever king of Jews, he makes the church to be Church of Christ, which means Judaism, Christianity or Christianity, and given it to the Romans, mainly to the Europe, the descendants of Esau, for the promise of God to Abraham is to Isaac and to his descendants. So why will Jesus will give it to the other, who are not descendants of Isaac? So as was named Roman Catholic Church. So as according to the teachings of Paul, you all who rejected the true existing church, the RCC, for as Jesus said, what God had opened nothing can shut, and that the church will be forever ministered by the priesthood, you indeed, since you oppose the RCC, it start there being now true Christians. You men in black, like as the other sects, are accusing the RCC of opposite. I'll tell you, it is in the teachings of Jesus that he really made the high priest, or in Roman term Pope, as his vicar, or as that God Christ seated the high priest, Pope, on his left. I could prove this to the world from what were written in the Bible and from what were being preached by Jesus.